with the country stuck indoors for now, I think we're all in need of a new series to watch, and what better than a brand new crime drama to sink our teeth into.
Hollywood star Luke Evans may have just the thing. He's teaming up with ITV to bring you the shocking true story of the Pembrokeshire Murders. Wow, it looks amazing.
Oh, it looks so good, doesn't it? And Luke joins us now from Australia. And good morning to you, or good night, as I know it's very, very late there, but thank you for joining us. I mean, this is exactly what we need, and it really is the most extraordinary story. When I was reading through the timeline of events as they unfolded, it's quite an unbelievable tale, really. How much did you know about it before you did it?
Very little, if nothing at all, to be honest. And when I read the script, which was about 2 years before I shot the thing, it was such a surprise to me. I had to go and do my own research because I couldn't believe that, firstly, that this had happened, and secondly, that it had so many twists and turns, and that he'd got away with it for so long and then was caught in such a unique and bizarre way.
Well, I mean, we obviously, it was very well publicised at the time, but we don't want to spoil it in case you're new to the story, as you were. But it is the most incredible story. It is missed opportunities, twists and turns.
If it wasn't based on fact, you wouldn't believe it, would you? You'd go, that's farcical. That's
the thing, is that you say there is no embellishment here. What you're seeing is what actually happened. You didn't need to dramatise it. No,
absolutely not. And it does make you realise, you know, that cold cases, they must put the fear of God into an investigative team when they open them, because everything that they're going to look at has been sifted through many, many times, and they couldn't find the answer. So the courage and the determination of this covert team, led by the character that I play, Detective Superintendent Steve Wilkins, you know, it gave me such admiration for them to on a very small hunch that he had, opened this case and spent thousands of hours, you know, sifting through all this evidence and paperwork to finally catch him in the way that they do. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it. Is an extraordinary feat.
And he'd just come back from secondment to Scotland Yard. So in December 1985, brother and sister Richard and Helen Thomas were shot and murdered by John Cooper. Nothing came of that police investigation. 4 years later, in May 1989, John Cooper appeared on the TV show You Can't Make This Up, Bullseye. In June 1989, he shot and murdered tourists Peter and Gwenda Dixon from Oxfordshire. Nothing came of that police investigation. And then in 1996, he threatened 5 children with a gun, sexually assaulting one before raping another. Again, nothing came of that police investigation. And that's the sort of background to that story. So when you read it, you must have thought, what the hell happened here? About 100 miles away from where you grew up.
Yeah. And what the 3-part drama does explain very clearly is how there was flaws in the investigation, it's very difficult when you have so much evidence to find the right golden nugget, which is what Steve Wilkins used to call what they're looking for to catch this killer, and it was missed. And what's gripping about the story is you watch this team slowly, you know, go test all the DNA evidence and forensics, and their budget was falling to pieces. They had nothing left, and you realize, you know, it takes a lot of determination and a lot of belief that there must be an answer here. And I think everybody knew deep down that John Cooper was the killer, but they didn't have a way to get to put him away. And he was just about leave prison as well, which is also so the time that the clock was ticking in a very sort of terrifying way for everybody concerned.
I mean, this dear Steve Wilkins, I mean, he really did succeed where everybody before him had completely and utterly failed. And you were extremely lucky because he spent time with you on set. You got to work very closely with him. You were able to ask him questions about things that were unfolding at the time. Spending time with him, did you understand why he was able to do what others hadn't?
Well, I think we have to give credit to the first investigation, firstly, because I think they did everything in their power to find the killer. Also, DNA, forensic technology and science progressed very quickly in that period when they reopened the case, and they were able to test many different forms of DNA. And But you know, when you meet Steve Wilkins, who I've obviously spent a lot of time with him, he really is he's a captain. You know, he's a leader. And I think there were many times during the course of the investigation where his team, who were a covert team, and they worked separately outside of the police station and their offices, so that they wouldn't be influenced or no one would know what they were doing. There were times when they were doubting his belief that he could find the killer, and he kept their spirits alive and kept the spark alive. And I was very impressed with that part of his character. And you know, the story also, you know, delves into the human effect and the impact it had on both sides of the story. Cooper's family, the families of the victims, the terrible pain and anxiety and stress that they went through. You know, it left a huge wake of destruction. And so, you know, it's he's a hero, and it gave me such admiration for, you know, our police force and the true determination and gumption that they must have had to keep going in the face of no evidence and little hope.
Well, the Pembrokeshire Murders is Monday at 9 on ITV. As you said, it runs for 3 nights. And now we can't obviously chat to you without noticing that up in the top corner of the screen it's saying where you are. So you know, I mean, you're looking a bit tanned there, although, you know, I think it might be raining in Sydney at the moment. Good. So why are you there? What have you been doing?
Well, I've just wrapped in December. I've been here since July. I came here to shoot a TV show called 9 Perfect Strangers. It was written by Leanne Moriarty, who wrote Big Little Lies. And I've been working with Nicole Kidman and Melissa McCarthy, Bobby Cannavale, Michael Shannon, just to name a few. There's 9 of us. And so they flew us here to shoot the show, which has been a gift that I will never, ever forget, because I landed in Australia and summer had just begun. We've been living in a place called Byron Bay, which is on the East Coast. It's a hippie surfer town, and it's stunning. And, you know, every day, you know, the days I had off, I was on a beach, you know, and, you know, it's, as you know, probably, that Australia has had very little COVID cases. They've managed to keep it very contained. There's been very few deaths. And when they have had outbreaks, they've managed to contain them. So I felt very lucky to be here, and that's probably why I'm still here, because I wrapped in December and it's January now.
I don't blame you. Stay put. You're in the best place.
Yeah, no, there's no rush to come back, let me tell you.
Luke, it's great to see you. It's great to talk to you, and we look forward to watching this.
And there is going to be the prequel for Beauty and the Beast. I mean, are we right in saying that?
Yes, you are. Yes.
I know.
An origin story of the two of Disney's most loved and hated villains, Gaston and LeFou. That's all I can say, but it's going to be a very exciting process. There's going to be songs in it, new songs written by Alan Menken, who wrote the original Beauty and the Beast music. So we are very excited about it. I can't tell you much about any more of that, but
we're just happy it's happening, to
I
be
know,
honest.
exactly.
Yeah.
That gives us
something else to look forward to.
Yay.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.